looking to get better in Counter-Strike or trying to become a pro, I have 5 habits that you guys need to break that I see a lot of newbie players doing, even up in my faceit level 10 pugs at 3000 elo, which you guys can watch live on my Twitch stream. There's these little habits that obviously need to be fixed, and the first one is reloading when you don't have to. I see too many times, for example, where let's say someone comes out ramp and they, kill someone with 5-6 bullets with their AK. They're coming out to Tetris or they're scaling to sandwich reloading, and all of a sudden this connector guy's just swinging and killing him. You guys need to be comfortable with the amount of ammo that you have in your magazine. You need to understand it usually takes, 4 to 5 bullets to kill someone. Now, that is a perfect spray, obviously, but if you can master this where, maybe you're killing someone in maybe, 8 bullets, that is definitely good and you don't need to reload. Now, if you're someone, maybe you're a side anchor with an A1S, that's obviously a little bit of a different story, but you need to be comfortable with not reloading in a round. There's so many times where I might kill, maybe someone's crossing con. I'm not going to sit here and reload my gun or really try to find a good time to reload my gun if I'm not around the 10 bullet mark. I see too many players get a kill and instantly reload, and that is a habit that they definitely got from deathmatching, or maybe just, I don't really know, maybe some retake servers, but obviously it's definitely from deathmatching, so it's definitely a habit that you guys need to fix. Another habit that could also be involved into this, which I will tie it in, is pulling out your knife. I see too many times where someone will get a kill and then they just pull out their knife and then they're dying because they're not expecting someone else there. You always need to be aware of like common setups, or maybe just always have your gun out. There's too many times where it's literally just, you get a kill, you have your knife out, and then boom, you're dead because for some reason you just want to see your cool little butterfly knife animation, when in reality your knife's really not that cool. You should obviously have your gun out so you can get that 2 kills to open up the sight. So that's just a little habit that I see a lot of noobs do. Again, just get comfortable with the amount of ammo that you have in your gun, and don't, obviously think about it unless you're at that 10 bullet mark. I would say, if you're a newer player, maybe I would watch for that 15 bullet mark, because if your spray's a little rough, maybe you need a little bit more extra. But if you watch a lot of the pro players, you'll see them never reloading that often unless they're, maybe in rotation. If they're running around, maybe they just took A, they're gonna sit here and reload their gun because they obviously want the good amount of ammo in their weapon. Now, if you are an opper, obviously you want to be a little bit more careful since there's only 5 bullets in the magazine. Since they did nerf this a while ago instead of having 10, this is definitely something to keep in note, that you can't really go for, that many spam shots as much as you used to. And if you are spamming, you obviously want to make sure you are reloading after and you're in a safe spot. I see too many times where people will spam like this and then they're going to start to reload and then they get killed by someone, swinging ramp, or, maybe they're spamming the palace smoke like this, and then all of a sudden they're reloading, backing up. This guy's going to walk out. A really good player will notice that sound cue of someone, spamming. They're going to really count their bullets to see how many they have left in their magazine, and they're going to swing and they're going to punish this guy for spamming. So when you guys do spam and when you waste a lot of that ammo, you want to make sure that you are in a good position where you can fall back and hide, because a lot of good players, like I said, they will take that timing when you are reloading, and you just want to keep that in mind. So obviously you guys want to go in deathmatch and just really work on not reloading your gun and not pulling out your knife after every kill. This is something that a lot of noobs do, where they're in deathmatch, they'll get a kill, they'll quick switch again, get another kill, and it's just not ideal in a competitive setting. So that's definitely one habit that you guys need to break. Now, before I get into this next habit that you guys need to break, make sure you guys check out the sponsor of this video, SkinsMonkey. SkinsMonkey is a CS2 skins trading site and marketplace that provides an instant way to get new skins. My favorite thing about SkinsMonkey is that I can trade skins that I no longer want and trade it for a skin that is equal value. If you use code LouisCS2, you get a $5 bonus on your first trade. If you want to buy skins, you can get a 30% deposit bonus plus an extra 5% using my code. The link is down in the description. So what you guys got some cool skins in your inventory like I have right here from SkinsMonkey. Let's talk about the next habit, and it's about the minimap. As you can see, my minimap is zoomed out as far as it can go so I can see my teammates, which is very important. Now, there's a lot of times where you're playing a faceit pug or a premier game, whatever you guys are playing, and your teammates don't communicate that much. So let's say, for example, that I am an A anchor and my window player gets smoked off. Maybe he has an op and he's going to want to rotate towards CT. Now, it's very important to note that when this guy rotates, if I'm jump spotting ticket or maybe I'm playing triple, I have to make space for my teammate because we obviously can't be doubled up CT. And it's as simple as looking at my minimap to seeing that he is rotating, and I can just move into sight. Maybe I want to move into default. Maybe I want to go under balk. Maybe I want to go top balk, or maybe I want to go close to ramp and he's going to flash me into ramp. There's so many things that you can do, and it's very important that you can look on the minimap to see how your teammates are moving. When I was on a team with Nifty, the old Nifty 50 guy, he would never communicate when he rotated because he thought it would cloud the communication. Now, I was the A anchor on the team at the time, and I would obviously just hear his comm to say, hey, I'm smoked out window, and that would give me the cue to see where he was moving. There are some instances where he would move towards, maybe market to hold apps. Maybe he would want to go regress cat, or maybe he would go connector. And it was my job as an anchor to see where he was moving with the op, so I knew how to position myself. Because if my teammates are trying to communicate towards mid, he doesn't want to crowd the comm saying, hey, Louis, can you go top balk, or can you, start to move in? I'm rotating towards spawn. There's too much communication crowding the comms in a big competitive environment that if he has to comm that, these guys won't be able to communicate the information that is happening in mid, where, hey guys, they just smoked, con, they're resmoking window, they're taking mid on the second timing. There's so many things that don't need to be said that can easily be seen from the mini map. Another example is if I'm top mid and, we're doing a late mid aggression where we're taking on the second timing. This guy right here that's smoking late window is looking at his mini-map for when these guys are walking underpass. He's going to know when to throw the smoke. I can see these guys on my mini-map as well, where I can see where they are in underpass, and I know exactly when to go out mid because I can see them on the mini-map. So then these guys can communicate their nades being thrown. They can see where they are on underpass. Okay, hey guys, I'm flashing mid. Now I'm flashing behind boxes, and then we know to scale. We obviously, they can see that I'm running up cat. And, hey guys, can you molly ladder? I'm going to try to take cat. These guys know exactly what space they need to take coming from under, and it's all just from the mini-map. There's so many communication things that you guys don't need to say because they are simply on this mini-map right here, and a lot of players don't know how to recognize it, and a lot of people like to blame when teammates don't comm, when it's simply just right there in front of you on the mini-map. So it's definitely a good habit for you guys to break by not looking at the mini-map, that you guys need to start paying attention to it a lot more. Now, there is times where you're in a situation where you obviously can't look at it, like if you're holding for regressions in mid, you're not going to be staring at the mini-map, and that is just common sense. So hopefully I don't get comments about that, because I do get some crazy comments that are just obviously common sense. So that's just something to keep in mind. And once you guys start looking at your mini-map more, you're going to become more aware, and you're going to notice your game sense will skyrocket, and you'll look like, you know more about the game than you actually do. Now, the third habit you guys need to break is force buying. I see a lot of times where people don't understand the economy. There's sometimes you need to force and sometimes when to save. Now, the biggest tip that I can give for you new players is that on the buy menu, you can actually see how much money you have next round. There's a lot of times where people will buy so low where they actually can't afford anything next round, and it really hurts the team because it's only going to set you one round behind, and it's just something that you don't want to worry about. So for you newer players, a good thing to do is that when you are in spawn and, maybe you have 3,400 and maybe you have, a double loss bonus, you can definitely get some half armor and a pistol, but you want to make sure that you have enough money next round for an AK and at least, a smoke and a flash, right? So this is something very important that you newer players need to recognize, is that the game literally tells you how much money you're having next round. And this is actually a newer thing in the game that some of you guys may not even know that is up there. So it's definitely important to keep track of this, because a long time ago, we would have to obviously see what our loss bonus was to see if we had to force, save, half buy, whatever it is. And a lot of newer players didn't understand the economy in that sense. So it's very good that Valve actually added this for, the newer players. Maybe if some of you guys are newer watching this video, just know that this is up there and it's actually helping you. So make sure you guys do keep track of that. Now, the fourth habit that a lot of these newer players don't do is that you guys don't keep up with the meta. You guys just get on the game and expect to win, and then you get salty because obviously the other team is just better. One thing that you guys can do is just go watch some good YouTube videos like Nard out here. He's always posting things about the meta. Like when CS2 first came out, people were throwing this old top mid smoke, which is definitely very old meta because people in connector can obviously see you cross the boxes. Now, it's funny because on TikTok, I posted about how this top mid smoke is bad and I was getting flamed by it. And then all of a sudden, the tier 1 team started throwing this top mid smoke right here. If I type dot clear, I can throw this smoke so you guys can see it. And this smoke covers everything for you guys in top mid. And this is the current meta top mid smoke. Now, a lot of people didn't know about this because they weren't studying the game. And I was getting a lot of flame for it on TikTok, which was really kind of cringe. And then all of a sudden, this smoke became meta. And all of a sudden, I look like a genius. So it's very important that you guys do study up on this. Another good example on why you should study the meta, because the old CSGO stairs smoke obviously doesn't work anymore. This smoke droops down into sandwich where obviously a CT could be hiding, and it's very, very bad as a T because obviously you can't fully clear sandwich. So it's good to learn the new smokes where you can come up here and you just throw these smokes like this, and these are the new right side smokes. Guys, it takes about 5 minutes to learn what the new meta is and what smokes pros are throwing by just a simple YouTube search. So make sure you guys are keeping up with the meta and just learn a couple good smokes so you guys can help your team and win a lot more CS2 games. Now for this last habit that you guys need to break, which I preach about it a lot, and it is crosshair placement. All you guys have to do to learn good crosshair placement is just understand where enemies play. Obviously, if I'm coming out A, there could be a guy triple, there could be a guy CT, there could be a guy default, close, and I just walk out understanding where enemies are. If you guys just study the game or even watch back on, the game that you guys played, you'll understand where obviously enemies are playing. So it's very good to learn where enemies are usually playing. Like I've said 100 times, you can simply just go and play spots like this and just get in the habit of pre-firing, where the head level is, which is something that I do on pre-fire maps. Now I've made some videos on pre-fire maps, which will help with crosshair placement. So you guys should go check that video out. But having good crosshair placement is the best habit to have in Counter-Strike, and it should obviously be a habit that you guys should create. Now I have made videos in the past about crosshair placement on where to aim, because you need to think about how people are peeking you. Like if someone's going to wide swing me here, they're obviously not going to crouch peek me. They're going to try to drag my crosshair, so I don't want to aim at the crouch level. And there's some times where someone will crouch peek me where I need to aim a little bit lower than the head level. That's obviously something that I've explained in other videos that you guys should go check out. But once you guys get good crosshair placement, you'll notice that you will look like you're having a lot better aim, and just recognizing where people are playing and how they peek you will definitely improve that as well. But those are all the little habits that you guys need to fix in Counter-Strike that will definitely make you guys improve. And if you are trying to go pro, those are some habits that a lot of pros do have. So if you guys do work on those, and if you guys did like the video, make sure you guys do like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.